So in the previous class, we had discussed about what is maintenance, meaning of maintenance management, what was the scope of maintenance management, and we had discussed about what are the impacts of maintenance management. In this class, we will discuss about the mainly with the objectives of maintenance management, and we will discuss with the types of maintenance management. Next, we are having with the objectives of maintenance. So what is the objective? First one, it helps in minimizing the repair time and repair cost. The maintenance always it helps in repair time and repair cost. So precaution is better than cure. So that's the reason many of the time if you are going with your vehicles, or if you are going with the machineries also, if you are regularly servicing the equipments, or if you are regularly servicing the motor vehicles, or it may be the machinery, the repair time required to service the particular time will be very less, as well as the cost of the particular repairing cost or even the maintenance cost will be also very less. So but if you are not regularly maintaining it, then if the machinery breakdowns, the cost of repairing and the time required to repair, it will be more. So if you are having a maintenance helps in reducing the repair cost as well as the repair time. Second point, minimizing the loss due to production stoppage. So here, when does the production stops? So whenever there is a improper supply of the materials, or whenever there is a breakdown of machineries, or whenever there is a breakdown of equipments, there may be a stoppage of production. So whenever if you are having a right maintenance and alternative source, that is the loss which is occurring due to the production stoppage can be minimized. Third point, efficient use of maintenance personnels and equipments. So here maintenance helps in making the effective utilization of the people who are in the maintenance department as well as the equipments which are there in the maintenance department. So if you are going with certain organization, there will be a people who will be working under maintenance department. Mainly there may be electricians or plumber, or there may be the system admin. All these people will be taking care of the complete maintenance of the organization. So here as well as there will be equipments which are required to repair the certain things. So to make the efficient use of the people as well as equipments, so we require a maintenance in the organization. Next, to keep all productive assets in working condition. So whatever the productive assets, mainly the equipments, machineries, or it may be the furnitures, or it may be the building, all these things, to keep all these productive assets in a working condition, we require the maintenance. To improve quality of products and to improve productivity. If you are having a right maintenance, it can helps in increasing the quality of product, means the quality of product can be increased as well as the productivity can be also improved when compared to the previous one. That's the reason why many of the organizations they concentrate more on a maintenance, is because quality of product is more important and productivity can be also improved because of the proper maintenance. Next point, minimizing the loss of productive time. So when does the productive time will be lost is like whenever there is a machinery breakdown, or whenever there is a repairing time is more, or whenever there is a machinery has to be replaced. At this particular situations, the production time required will be more. But whenever we are making a regular maintenance, the whatever the loss of the productive time, means the loss is going to be reduced, means the time which is whatever the waste of time will be completely reduced. Next point, to maximize the efficiency and economy in production through optimum use of facilities. So whatever the maximum efficiency and economy in production. So how we can make the maximum efficiency, that is maximum utilization of the resources. For example, if our plant installed capacity is 10,000 units, if you are able to do 10,000 products in a day, then it is known as a effective utilization of the capacity. And even the facilities, what are the facilities? Mainly the building, mainly the land, mainly the machineries, human resources, or raw materials or equipments. All these things we should try to make the efficient utilization of the things. So it can be done only through proper maintenance. The last point we are having, to minimize accidents through regular inspection and repair of safety devices. Here, whenever if there is a improper maintenance and whenever there is a improper inspection, if there is no regular inspection, and whenever there is less safety measures, and whenever you are not repairing the machineries, the accidents can occur in the organization. But whenever if you are having the proper maintenance, the accidents in the organization can be reduced by making a regular inspection of machineries, equipments, or motor vehicle, or the overall industry. All the things what happens, we can make the reduce the accidents, or we can do the nil accidents also. So that is the reason even the repair should be done on the basis of the various safety measures has to be taken even while repairing the products also. All these are the various objectives of the maintenance. So next topic we are having is the types of maintenance. So whenever if you are observing the types of maintenance, there are mainly the 5 types of maintenance. The first one is the breakdown maintenance. Second one is the preventive maintenance. Third one is a predictive maintenance. Fourth one is a routine maintenance, and the last one is the planned maintenance. So the first type of maintenance we are having is a breakdown maintenance. Breakdown maintenance is basically run till it breaks, means run the machinery till it stops or till it breaks. So here the company is not going to take any actions related to make the maintenance, or they are not going to do the regular service. So here the complete machinery will be running the machinery continuously till it stops. Only when it stops or only when it breaks down, we are going to do the maintenance. Here, even if you are observing it presently also, the study tells that many of the organization and company are using the same kind of breakdown maintenance in the organization. That is breakdown maintenance in the organization. So as breakdown maintenance is the particular means we'll be working or we'll be doing a maintenance only when it stops, as there are few advantages as well as disadvantages also. What are the advantages? It involves the low cost investment for maintenance. Here we may not require more cost on maintenance. It is very low cost. Why? Only when the machinery breakdowns we are going to get it serviced. But if it is a regular maintenance, or if it is a predictive maintenance or preventive maintenance, so we are supposed to do on a regular basis. So whenever we do the regular basis, the cost of maintenance may also increase, and the investment on maintenance also increases in the other aspect. But here the investment on the maintenance is very lesser and low cost. Second point, less staff is required. We may not require more staff in this particular scenario. Why? Only when the machine breakdowns we are going to get the service people. Otherwise there is no necessity of a service people itself. That's the reason, in case if the organization is having a staff, or in case if the organization is not having a staff also, this maintenance is very user friendly, and it is a loss, that is a low cost for the organization. Next, as there are advantages, even it is having the disadvantages. Increased cost due to unplanned downtime of equipment. So here we don't know when the machinery is going to break. So whenever it is unplanned downtime, so whenever we are doing a production, if the machinery stops or if machinery breakdowns, then it is a cost, it is an increased cost for the organization. Here it is a more burden for the organization. That's the reason. So always it is more cost for us. Then increased labor cost, especially if overtime is needed. So certain times the machinery cannot be repaired at the particular moment or a particular time. So it may take 1 day or 1 week or 1 month. So whenever it takes more time, then the cost of labor also increases. The production will be also stopped. So if the production is stopped, then the production cost is going to increase for a particular period. So it is also a demerit. Cost involved with repair or replacement of equipments. To replace the equipments as well as to repair the equipments, the cost is more. So why? Because if the machinery breakdowns, if there is a small spare part is gone, then it is not a problem. So because due to the underperformance of the one machinery or one equipment, so it may lead to the damage of other equipment also. Certain times what happens, a small breakdown in the motor, it may lead to the complete failure of the machinery. A small breakdown in the bearing, it may lead to the complete failure of the motor. So that's the reason the cost involved with the repair or a replacement of equipment is more. A small bearing may cost 150 rupees. It is a small one. But if you are neglecting the bearing, then what happens is like the complete motor may damage. So if the motor damages, the cost is going to be 8,000 rupees. So it is a expense for the organization. Next, possible secondary equipments or process damage from the equipment failure. The failure of the secondary equipment may lead to failure of the primary equipments also. So how? So for example, if you are considering with the, as I was giving with the example of the motor itself, a secondary equipment is a bearing. If you are changing a bearing, it may cost 150 or 200 rupees. So if you are neglecting the bearing, if the bearing makes a sound, so whatever the motor gets heated up. So whenever the motor gets heated up, so it will be affecting on the wiring of the particular motor. So winding of the particular motor. So then if the winding, if it is a shock circuit, if the winding falls, then what happens is like the cost to get repaired of the particular motor, it may cost around 3,000 rupees for a repair, for getting a new winding. Then if we have to replace a complete motor, it may cost around 8,000 rupees or 6,000 rupees. So it is always, it leads to equipment failure. Inefficient use of staff resources. In case if the big organization is having more staffs in the maintenance department, so if you are doing the breakdown maintenance, then we are not effectively using the staff who are present in the maintenance department. So the second one what we are having is the preventive maintenance. So prevention is better than cure. So preventive maintenance is an action performed on time. So here what we are going to do, we are going to do the performance on time. So whenever the machine on a regular basis, on a schedule basis, we are going to detect what is the problem, on the basis of the problem, on the basis of the components, and on the basis of the systems, we are going to make the complete control, and we are going to make the decision whether it is acceptable, that is machine has to be repaired or not, on the basis of a regular basis. So preventive maintenance is where many of the organizations are following the preventive maintenance. Why? Because if the machine fails unplannedly, then it may lead to the complete production stoppage. So whenever we are doing a preventive maintenance, it is on the basis of the scheduled, so it may lead or it may helps in making a better decision and better control over the maintenance. And the preventive maintenance, we are having the certain advantages as well as disadvantages. So first let's go with the advantages. Cost effective in many capital intensive process. Always investing on a equipment or investing on machinery or investing on a building is always a capital intensive process. So here whenever you are doing the preventive maintenance, then what happens is like it always reduces the cost, means the capital investment process, it will be completely reduced. Then flexibility allows for the adjustment of maintenance periodically. Here we'll be flexible enough to adjust the maintenance according to the periodical schedule. So for example, we'll be having a periodical schedule every once in a month. So the last Sunday of the particular month is completely kept for the maintenance. So here what happens, will be flexible enough, or once in 15 days. So it will be flexible enough that the organization can make the schedule changes according to their maintenance routine, and they can do the things. Next, third point, increased component lifestyle. By doing the preventive maintenance, we can increase the lives of the particular machine or a equipment. Why? Because whenever if you are doing a regular servicing or regular maintenance, the particular equipment can be having a more lifespan. Then energy savings, we can save the energy. So how we can save the energy? So if you are doing a regular maintenance, before the maintenance, the machinery was performing with, or it is to produce only 100 units per day. Now after doing a maintenance regular checkup with the particular machinery, the performance of the machinery has been increased to 150 units or 140 units. So when it is able to produce 140 units or 150 units, the energy which is required to produce the 100 units is very lesser. Reduced equipments or process failure. Whenever you are doing a preventive maintenance, there is no that the chances of equipment failure is very less, or even the process failure is also very less, because we will be doing the regular checkup or regular maintenance. So that's the reason it may also leads to the less failure in the process. It helps in decreasing the cost by 12 to 18%. So how the 12 to 18% cost will be reduced? As I gave the example, to produce 100 products, before we used to require 1 day, but now in 1 day we can produce 150 products. So here what happens is, like within 3/4, that is the 3/4 of the day particularly, we can complete the work, that is 100 products. So here it will be very helpful for the organization, where we can save the cost, that is mainly the manufacturing cost. So there are few disadvantages with the preventive maintenance also. Let's go with the disadvantages. That is a catastrophic failure still likely to occur. So we don't know that is any sudden or total failure of machinery. Even if we do the preventive maintenance also, certain time the catastrophic failure, that is a sudden failure which may occur in the machinery. So if the sudden failure occurs in the machinery, then what happens is, like the machine may completely stop. It is also a disadvantage. Then second one, labor intensive. So it is mainly with the labor intensive program. So if the labor is not there, we can't go with the preventive maintenance. Only in case if the labor are there, we can go with the preventive maintenance. Includes performance of unneeded maintenance. Certain time the maintenance may be not needed. So here the performance of unneeded maintenance, certain times what happens is, like it may also decrease the lifespan of the machine or the equipment. Right? It is not needed certain times to repair a certain thing, so they may remove the other things. So when they are removing other things, it may also affect to the unneeded maintenance. Then potential of incidental damage to components is conducted in unneeded maintenance. So certain times what happens, like the unexperienced technicians handling the machineries and unneeded maintenance, certain times even it may leads to damage of the components of the particular equipments or a machinery. Next one we are having is a predictive maintenance. Predictive maintenance can be defined as measurement that detects onset of degradation mechanism, thereby allowing the causal stressors to be eliminated or controlled prior to any significant deterioration in the component of physical state. Results indicates the current and future functional capabilities. Always prediction. In predictive maintenance, we are going to make the detection on prediction on the basis of mechanical or mechanization function of the machinery. So with this we are going to eliminate the factors and the stress which is involved with the mainly with the that is the physical state of the particular machinery or a component. So by doing the predictive maintenance we can predict the particular physical state of the machinery. So whether it has to be repaired or whether we are supposed to continue with the production or by running the machinery. So we are going to continue with the running of machinery. So all we can make the decision. So even in predictive maintenance we are having advantages as well as disadvantages. So first point is increased component operational life and as well as availability. So by doing the predictive maintenance we can increase the lifespan of the machine, or the operational life of the particular equipment can be increased. How we can increase the component lifespan is, for example, as I gave the example of the motor itself, when you predict that the bearing sound has been changed, you should make a replacement of the bearing. When you make the replacement of bearing, the component operation life can be increased. The second point, decreased in equipment or process downtime. Whenever you are predicting the things and whenever you are doing the prediction maintenance, the cost, that is the downtime or the failure of equipments can be decreased, or the production stoppages or equipment stoppages can be reduced. Third point, decrease in cost for parts and labors. The cost of spare parts as well as a labor can. So we are going to predict the spare parts which are required for the maintenance, and even the labor will be paying only for the particular replacement or repair of the particular only that particular parts. So the cost of spare parts as well as the labor can be decreased. Better product quality. So we can increase the product quality by doing the predictive maintenance. So how we are going to predict the problem of the particular machine. So whenever we are predicting the problem of a particular machine or equipments, so we can increase the product quality, that is the whatever the manufacturing product as well as even the machine quality can be increased for a longer period. Improved worker and environmental safety. So whenever we are making the prediction that this particular thing, mainly if you are going with the chemical industry or if you are going with the boiler industries or it may be the nuclear industries, or even in case if you are going with the forging industries, here if you are predicting the things and if you are mainly concentrating and maintenance of the machineries, we are mainly concentrating on the making the workers as well as a environmental safety production within the organization. Then improved worker morale. So here we can improve the worker morale. How we are going to improve the worker morale is like by doing the prediction. So whenever we are predicting the problem in the machinery, whenever we are trying to resolve the prediction in the particular machinery, we can try to increase the worker morale, because even the worker will be having a confidence on the company that company is taking measures to make the prediction of the failure of the particular machinery and they are putting the efforts. Next we are having is a energy saving. So energy saving is a particular factor where we are going to save the energy. Why? The prediction. The prediction in a failure of the machinery or predicting the particular failure of a part may also help in saving the energy of the machines. Next, as we are having disadvantages also, increased investment in diagnostic equipments. So do the prediction, to make the prediction on the failure of the equipments, we require other diagnostic equipments. So when we require the diagnostic equipments, we are supposed to purchase the equipments. So when we have to purchase equipments, again we are supposed to make the investment. So there will be an increase in investment for the diagnostic equipments. Increased investment in staff training. So here the people has to be clearly provided a training. Why? Because to handle the situation, to predict the causes, then predict the failure of the machinery, we require a proper staff training. For example, if you are going with the tunnel boring machine which is used in Nama Metro itself, so here whatever the particular machinery, few staffs were sent to China to get training for how to use this particular machine. Then in case if there is a small default, how to make the repair of this particular machineries. So here to send those people from here to China, then getting trained for a particular period, to getting those people back to the operational, here the cost is going to be increased. Last one, savings potential not readily seen by management. So here what happens, certain times the potential of the people or the people who are working in the department may not be able to recognize by the organization. So it is also a disadvantage. Next one we are having is a routine maintenance. Routine maintenance is an activity such as the periodical inspection, cleaning, lubrication and repair of production equipments after their service life. So here what? It is a routine. So it may be on the basis of a routine inspection. So what the organization they do? They do the routine checkups like daily basis or once in 2 days or once in a week. They do the regular checkups. So whenever they are doing a regular checkups, the periodical inspection, they'll be doing a periodical inspection. They'll be cleaning the particular parts. They'll be cleaning the bearing. They'll be making a lubrication and repairing the product. All the things they are going to make it. By this they can increase the lifespan of the machine. So under routine maintenance we are having two things. One is a running maintenance, another one is a shutdown maintenance. Running maintenance is a maintenance where the work is carried down when the equipment is in operating condition. So we are going to do the maintenance whenever it is in operating condition. For example, greasing or lubricating the bearing while the machine is running. So what? Only when the machine runs, will be doing the lubrication for the chains, or for the particular bearing also will be doing the will be doing with the greasing. Will be doing with the greasing whenever the machine is running. So this is called as a running maintenance. Second one we are having is a shutdown maintenance, is where the maintenance work is carried out only when the machinery is out of service or only when the machinery is stopped. So what do we do? Only when the equipment or machinery is stopped, we are going to do the maintenance. So for example, if the organization runs from morning 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock, so if the machine stops at 10 o'clock, we are going to do with the shutdown maintenance. So the last one we are having is a planned maintenance. Planned maintenance is a maintenance which is carried out according to the predetermined schedule. So it is also known as scheduled maintenance or productive maintenance also. So here on the basis of the predetermined schedule, that is once in a week or once in 2 days or once in a day, so we are going to do the maintenance. So it can be also called as a productive maintenance or a scheduled maintenance also.